Good morning. Today is Wednesday of the fifth week of Ordinary Time. And what I would like to do today is talk a little bit about some of the different facts of Easter Sunday, because this year is a leap year. But also keep in mind that a week from today is the beginning of our great penitential season of Lent, with Ash Wednesday, which falls this year on February 14th. But let me first just review, how does the Church calculate from year to year the feast, the Solemnity of Easter? It's always a Sunday, of course, but since the calendar was changed from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar, every 4 years, of course, we have a leap year. Now, 2024, this year, happens to be a leap year. Now, the way that the Church, again, calculates Easter Sunday is this way. It's the first Sunday after the first full moon of the spring equinox. Now, it just so happens that this year, the first full moon after the spring equinox is April 1st. But April 1st this year is Monday, whereas if it wasn't a leap year, it would be Sunday. And so then that would be Easter Sunday. However, this year, because of how things work out being a leap year, the Church then assigns the Sunday closest to that full moon of the spring equinox as Easter Sunday. And so this year, Easter Sunday is March 31st. The full moon, of course, will be the next day, Easter Monday, April 1st. Now, since, as I mentioned earlier, the season of Lent begins a week from today on Ash Wednesday, let me just remind everyone once again that Ash Wednesday and Good Friday are days of complete fast and abstinence. What that means is anyone who has celebrated his or her 18th birthday and has not yet celebrated his or her 59th birthday is obligated to fast on Ash Wednesday and Good Friday. What that means is, on these 2 days, a Catholic may eat one full meal, but then the other 2 meals that one eats on Ash Wednesday and Good Friday must be much smaller, and if you put those other 2 smaller meals together, wouldn't equal your full meal. And the other part of fasting on these 2 days is there is no eating between meals. Now, that was the law of fasting. The law of abstinence is a little simpler to remember. Anyone who is 14 years of age or older is obliged on Good Friday, Ash Wednesday, and the other Fridays of Lent to abstain from, that is, not eat any meat or foods made from meat byproducts. For instance, beef broth, or use beef gravy on potatoes or something of that sort. And there is no end date for abstinence. Now, the Church always, because these are church laws and not divine law, the Church always allows for exceptions. If one has a chronic illness that requires a certain kind of diet and regular eating. One isn't required to fast or abstain. What the church is saying is, in the normal course, a healthy adult should fast and abstain on these 2 days, plus abstain from all meat and meat byproducts on Fridays in Lent. And so with the beginning of Lent just 1 week away, I would ask you to, in a way, prepare yourselves for Lent by, again, remembering what the church's regulations for fast and abstinence are. But also, I would suggest that you begin to read the Gospels for the days of Lent, whether they're the weekdays or the Sundays of Lent. You may want to get started now. It's a very good practice to get into in anticipation of the Lenten season. I would also encourage you, if you are able, go to Mass daily during the Lenten season. You will gain great graces from doing that. Even if it's a bit of a sacrifice, it's well worth it. But again, be reminded of the traditional Lenten practices of prayer, penance, and almsgiving or works of charity. These things the Church encourages us to practice as a way of ridding ourselves of those bad habits, those kind of nagging, gnawing, venial sins that we can easily fall into, and then they become, as I said, very bad habits and difficult to overcome. So as we approach the great penitential season of Lent, know that all of you will be in my prayers, and devote yourselves during the Lenten season to these practices of prayer, penance, and works of charity.